माधवा कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. जय प्रभुपाद की जय हो. Today I am doing, as we are doing the Ashray Tattva, I am doing the Krishna Ashraya by Vallabhacharya ji. Hare Krishna. सर्वमार्गेषु नष्टेषु काले च कलिधर्मणि पाषण्ड प्रचुरे लोके कृष्ण एव गतिर्मम मल्लेच्छाक्रान्तेषु देशेषु पापेकनिलयेषु च तत्पीडा व्यग्रलोकेषु कृष्ण एव गतिर्मम गङ्गादितीर्थवर्येषु दृष्टेरेवावृतेष्विह तिरोहितार्थदेवेषु कृष्ण एव गतिर्मम अहङ्कारविमूढेषु सत्तु पापानुवर्तिषु लाभपूजार्थयत्नेषु कृष्ण एव गतिर्मम अपरिज्ञाननष्टेषु मन्त्रेषु व्रतयोगिषु तिरोहितार्थदेवेषु कृष्ण एव गतिर्मम नानावादविनष्टेषु सर्वकर्मव्रतादिषु पाषण्डेकप्रयत्नेषु कृष्ण एव गतिर्मम अजामिलादिदोषाणां नाशकोऽनुभवे स्थितः ज्ञापिताखिलमहात्मय कृष्ण एव गतिर्मम प्राकृता सकला देवा गणितानन्दकं बृहत् पूर्णानन्दो हरिस्तस्मात् कृष्ण एव गतिर्मम विवेकधैर्यभक्त्यादि हितस्य विवेकधैर्यभक्त्यादिरहितस्य विशेषतः पापासक्तस्य दीनस्य कृष्ण एव गतिर्मम सर्वसामर्थ्यसहितः सर्वत्रैवाखिलार्थकृत् शरणस्थ समुद्धारं कृष्ण विज्ञापयाम्यहम् कृष्णाश्रयमिदं स्तोत्रं यः पठेत् कृष्णसन्निधौ तस्याश्रयो भवेत् कृष्ण इति श्रीवल्लभो ब्रवीत् हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे इति श्रीमद्वल्लभाचार्य विरचितं श्रीकृष्णाश्रयं स्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम्. Translation. In this age of Kali, all the paths leading to Lord are destroyed. Non-righteousness and hypocrisy is prevalent everywhere. Lord Sri Krishna is my only refuge in these difficult times. Wicked people rule and oppress others in all places. These places have become cursed. The suffering of noblemen has reached its limit. At such a time, the Lord Sri Krishna is my only refuge. Principal holy places like the Ganga, etc., are surrounded by the wicked. The gods residing in such places have abandoned them. At such a time, a Lord Sri Krishna is my only refuge. Even the righteous people have become full of pride and are following sinful paths. People pray to God for their selfish benefits. At such a time, a Lord Krishna is my only refuge. Secret knowledge of mantras has disappeared. Yogis do not live disciplined life. Real meaning of Veda is forgotten. At such a time, the Lord Sri Krishna is my only refuge. Due to various sects, fasts, and other pious duties are not performed, sacred acts are not done with pure heart. At such a time, the Lord Krishna is my only refuge. Everybody is aware that by taking your holy name, Ajamil and others have become free from their sins, knowing your infinite kindness. O Lord Krishna, you are my only refuge. All other deities are under control of nature, Maya. Even the pleasure of Virat Brahma is limited in scope. Only Sri Krishna bestows infinite bliss. Hence, Lord Krishna is my only refuge. Especially for someone like me who is without discrimination, patience, and devotions, and constantly attached to sins and incapable. Lord Sri Krishna is the only refuge. I worship Lord Krishna, who is all powerful, omnipresent, and bestower of all benefits, and savior of all those who seek his protection. Whomsoever recites this Krishna Shray, considering Sri Krishna as his only refuge, and in the presence of his Archa Vigraha form, he will be protected by Lord Sri Krishna himself. This is the promise of Sri Vallabhacharya. वल्लभाचार्य की जय हो, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हो। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो। थैंक यू प्रभु जी for so wonderful seva. Thank you, Mata ji. Hare Krishna to all devotees.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I will do the Mangala Charan, after which Prasad Prabhu can do the recap. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितां त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। Over to you, Prasad Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, all glories to Shri Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Parampara. Hare Krishna. Let me share my screen. Hare Krishna. Okay. Share option key. Okay. Hope everybody is able to see the screen. Just maximize this. Oh, Hare Krishna. Hope my voice is good.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. So I'm trying to do the summarize of this Sudama visits Lord Krishna in Dwarka. This is so wonderful chapter. Okay, everyone likes this, loves this chapter so much. I absolutely don't have any qualification to do even recap, to do anything. Discussion on this particular chapter is such a highly elevated. So I'm just doing just by the mercy of Char Prabhuji and Sharad Prabhuji. I absolutely don't have any qualification. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are just yesterday we have seen this particular thing. Krishna worshipped his friend Sudama who came to his palace seeking the charity. Okay, and then the two of them discussed about the pastimes which they had shared while they are with Sandeep Muni. Okay, that is what we have seen, and today we are going to see lesson 118. So let us do a quick recap, okay, of this particular thing. So there are wonderful themes which is drafted by Charu Prabhuji. So let us have a beautiful conversations among all the devotees on what we learned from Archana Mataji yesterday. We had a really wonderful discussion or session from Archana Mataji yesterday. So, so we are at the first theme, that is friendship and devotion. The meeting between the Lord Krishna and Sudama, okay, is really exemplifies that divine relationship beyond these material boundaries. That is what we could see. Despite the Sudama's extreme poverty, Krishna is embraces him, okay, with so much joy. Yeah. This demonstrates that true relationship is not based upon the wealth. It is not at all based on the wealth. It's not based on the position. Okay, it is not based upon our success, okay, in this material world, but it is purely on the devotion, love, and our spiritual bonds. This is what I could understand between the friendship and devotion between Lord Krishna and Sudama. Yeah, so wonderful theme actually. Okay, even if you read multiple times, okay, we will not stop reading these particular themes. So I personally feel that there is a divine intervention to draft even these themes. Okay, there is absolutely no doubt in that. Yeah. So Bhagavatam is so wonderful. It is Amala Puranam. With these themes, it is the nectar is increasing week by week to all of us. Yeah. Hare Krishna. So one question I would think is like, why was Krishna is so overjoyed to meet Sudama despite of his so much of poverty, so much of his condition? Why is so overjoyed Krishna? He has so many wives, so many sons, daughters, but like the kind of affection he showed on Sudama is uncomparable. So why do you think that happened?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Sudama had unwavering devotion, selfless devotion, faith, and total surrendership.
Total surrendership. Perfect.
Bhakti. That's why.
Yeah,
And one
thank
more
you.
Point I had missed yesterday. Actually, it's mentioned in the Krishna book that everyone was so surprised because they had only seen Krishna embracing only Rukmini and Balaram, nobody else. And here Krishna was embracing Sudama. So they were all very much surprised to see this.
Yes. Thank you, Mother.
Prabhuji, it is authentic friendship, not based on the
Authentic.
material level, but it is on the spiritual level.
Yeah. Thank you. So there, as you all mentioned, a bond is not this material, it's the spiritual. Yeah. And it's so much love, so much of devotion. Okay. Yeah, completely agree. Okay, what with all your answers.
प्रभु जी,
Thank you.
भगवत गीता का ये श्लोक हम कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, सुहृद सर्वभूतानां मित्र करुणैव च.
Thank you, Mataji. So let's go to the next theme, that is humility and simplicity. Okay. I really don't know how many times this humility comes, okay, in our themes, and especially humility. Okay. So many times. Yeah. So Sudama, what is his character? If you see, okay, he has simplicity, he has so humble, and he has detached. Yeah. Krishna has a deep respect on Sudama because of the humility. Yeah. So Krishna loves the humility. Okay. That is what attracts the divine. Yeah. More than any of these material attachments. That is couple of words. Okay. A summary from my side on the humility and simplicity when I read this particular theme. So I'll just ask very fundamental question, Prabhuji's Mataji's. How this humility is so important for bhakti or for devotion?
Too much pure devotion, selfless devotion brings humility.
Okay.
And detachment from those material desires, worldly desires, all these bring purity, and that's why we can say.
Yeah, perfect, Mitesh. Yeah, but I will just go on a bit straight. Okay, if you are so humble, right? If you have that humility, right, you will not have pride. Yeah. So Krishna loves anybody who doesn't have pride. Okay. So if you don't have pride, right, then you can able to do the kirtan very wonderfully. You can serve your Guru Maharaj, Guru, okay, Siksha Guru, or Diksha Guru, or any other devotee, any of the family members, okay, with open heart. Then the Krishna's mercy completely flows. Yeah. So one of the key obstacle between us and you and Krishna, okay, and the Supreme is pride. Okay. So when you are humble, it automatically removes. Yeah. Thank you.
No
Mataji.
arrogance at all. No arrogance.
No arrogance at all. Yeah. Thank you.
May I add something? Prabhuji?
Prabhuji, you're saying something?
Yeah, may I add something a little bit?
Yes, bro. Please, bro. Please.
Yeah, I think many a times it so happens if we achieve certain things, very difficult to achieve, and that we achieve it, it's a normal tendency we all have that it is my intelligence, it's my hard work, and all these things. But when you get into devotional service and you realize there's absolutely nothing is of our own, everything is being given to us, by the Lord and by His grace, then that kind of realization sets in our heart. The humility, beginning of humility develops right there. In 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, out of about 20 qualities, devotional service allows you to realize that kind of realization that we are nobody, absolutely nobody. Everything that we may have, it's been given to us, and we utilize it in His service. So that is what the humility is all about, and how one gets it. Haribol.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you for adding this. So let's move to the next theme. The theme 3 here, the divine recognition of devotion. So when Sudama arrives in Dwaraka, Lord Krishna immediately rises. Okay, that is what we have seen yesterday from his throne. So he embraces him, okay, and washes his feet and personally honors. And as Mataji just now mentioned, like it never happened in before the history. It is only to the Rukmini and Balaram. That's what Mataji has mentioned. So, but like this illustrates the truth. The Lord does not see the external wealth, power, or beauty, as Sadhu Prabhu also mentioned. He values only one thing, that is devotion. Yeah. So the Lord's action shows that the devotion, however, hidden or humble. Okay, if it is so hidden within us, Krishna always recognizes and reciprocates. Yeah. This theme emphasizes that the bhakti is the greatest wealth. Okay, it's the greatest wealth. And the Lord Himself delights and He honors His devotees. Okay, that is what we could see. Okay, divine recognition of our devotion. Yeah. So I'll just ask one simple question. Okay, there is no need for Krishna to wash the stomach bit, but He has done that. So why do you think so?
Because Sudama is a Brahmana also. Krishna have
Okay.
so much respect regarding towards Brahmana. This is one of the reason, and his second reason is because he is his very dear friend, and गुरुकुल में साथ में ही थे, तो की वजह से उनका बहुत प्रेम.
Perfect. Thanks, Mataji. So actually here the Lord Himself is delighted. Okay. He delights by serving His devotees. But we so wonder this. Okay. Okay. We get so happy by serving the Lord. But Lord Himself delights by serving His devotees. Okay. Honoring the
Second,
devotion. Yeah.
yes. Second thing
Yes,
is
sir.
that Lord Krishna knows that he is Sudama is totally detached with the worldly desires, and
Yeah.
he has to come to me. So that's why also
Yes.
he
Yes.
is very detached.
No, but
That.
Prabhuji, only one thing I see, the washing of the feet, right? Only because of the Brahmana. All other, he can express his love, he can do in different way because we see in any other pastime. But in this case, only because he was a Brahmana, so he washed. Hope that is my understanding. Charu Prabhuji, is that correct?
Yeah. It's not just
Yeah.
Brahman.
It's
Go
yeah,
Brahman
it's definitely,
Hitaya cha.
yeah, it's
Go
definitely
Brahman.
Brahmana, but here it is something much more than that,
Much more than that.
Brahmana is his devotional bhav, emotions, his great love for Krishna that really attracted Krishna to him,
Exactly.
No,
He
Prabhuji,
honors,
attraction is
he
one
honors
thing.
his pure devotion.
Yeah, respect, he can do a lot of things, but specific thing of washing the lotus feet, right? So of that Sudama, it's only because of Brahmana. Had he not been Brahmana, he could have embraced, he could have done so many things, right? Because we don't see other than Brahmanas Krishna doing this kind of to anybody. We see Narad Muni case, that is what he does. We don't see any other instance. So it is just a go Brahmana Hitaitsa. That's what he's doing.
Prabhu, have you read I don't know if you read the article written by um, uh, Arsha Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj, um, where he says that Vaishnava is even higher than a Brahmana.
Yeah.
Who is Vaishnava? Who has great bhakti for the Supreme Lord, Lord Vishnu, or Krishna, that is even higher than Brahmana also. So
Yes.
I don't think it's just because Brahmana is washing his feet. He really was affected emotionally tremendously looking at Sudama. Of course, that he was his childhood classmate and all that thing, but his utter poverty and everything, he 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 was really touched by the heart, in his heart, So great Vaishnava means his bhakti process. That is what really, attracted Krishna very much. And he serves his lotus feet. In a way, you are right, Radha Vinod Prabhu. Brahmanas are, he many different places, he glorifies the Brahmanas. But in this particular case, it is great love, bhakti Sudama has, and he was persuaded to come in expectation of something in return,
Yeah.
but he did not have that kind of desire at all. He was sent by his wife, and I think his wife's name is Sushila, unless I'm mistaken, she persuaded him, and as yesterday Mataji said it very clearly, his wife was a great pativrata, seeing in his that condition in utter poverty, that's the reason she sent him there,
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
I think
Thank you.
one
Krishna,
important
Krishna
point.
wants reciprocation, because reciprocation of too much love, devotion.
Much love, yes.
So that's
Yeah,
why also
correct.
in the form of washing
That is
feet.
also included. Yes, ma'am.
One important
प्रभु जी
point
दूसरा भी
was
एक बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट ये है कि जो सिचुएशन उन पे आई थी उनमें वो खुश थे। भगवान ने जो सिचुएशन दी थी वो सिचुएशन में बहुत ही आनंद से भगवान का नाम ही ले रहे थे। कितनी भी वो भूखे रहते थे, वो सब परिवार वाले भी भूखे रहते थे, मगर वो उनको वो चिंता नहीं थी कि मैं वो कुछ करूं, मैं कुछ करूं, ये करूं, वो करूं, मगर वो अपने आप में सेल्फ सेटिस्फाइड भी थे।
That's a very important point also.
Important point. Yeah.
And he
Thank
always
you.
cherishes pure bhakti,
Hmm.
devotion to him.
He always cherishes a pure bhakti and he wants to reciprocate. Thank you.
Yeah.
All are wonderful points. Thank you very much, devotees, for wonderful participation. So let's move to the next theme, the role of material leads in spiritual pursuits. This is very important theme actually. So Sudama he visited the Dwaraka, which was prompted by his wife. Okay. She requested because lack of food and relief from, she wants to relieve from this poverty. This reveals a subtle truth. Yeah. Material needs can become a doorway to spiritual encounters. At least in my case, it happened so many times. Yeah. So the material needs became a doorway to the spiritual encounter. So we go back to him. Where do we go? Where do we go? So, through the Sudama hesitated, his circumstances led him to approach Krishna, resulting both spiritual upliftment and material well-being. That is where he has reached. So, this theme highlights that the worldly struggles which we are all having, okay, because of financial struggles and multiple, not only financial, any other struggles because of this material nature, when directed towards the divine, okay, then we will have the spiritual growth for sure. Yeah. Because of Arti, okay, which is Bhagavad Gita also mentions. Okay, we go to Krishna, yeah, we go to Supreme saying that this is the struggle I'm having, peace out. So one of the question I could think is, so why did Sudama go to Dwarka? Okay, despite in his mind he has so much hesitation, right? So what has triggered? What has triggered?
To get charity of Krishna.
To get charity. Okay, yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, so Prabhuji, even though his wife was behind him to go, but his motivation was that anyway, I will be able to have darshan of Lord. That was the prime prime motivation for him.
Okay.
he was driven
मैंने
by
वो सोचा कि बहुत सालों के बाद में मेरे मित्र को मिलूंगा, तो वो जो इनका अंदर से जो भाव था, जो खुशी थी, तो वो उसकी वजह से उन्होंने उनकी वाइफ का भी सुना कि चलो मैं जाता हूँ, और उन्होंने सोच ही लिया था कि मैं कुछ मांगूंगा तो नहीं, मगर सिर्फ दर्शन तो कर पाऊंगा।
Ah, perfect. Yes, yes, Mataji. So at least on top of the material things, he has that spiritual bondage. So he wants to connect with Krishna. That is also, yeah, wonderful, Mataji. Thank you very much. Running out of time, 7 o'clock already. Let's move to other themes. The theme 5, remembrance of past experience. So Mataji has wonderfully explained this. So Krishna has Sudama. Okay. So they just remember their days in their school, okay, which they had at Sandeep Muni. Okay, reveals that the spiritual depth, and they shared a lot of their experiences. These memories of austerity, service, and learning not only strengthen their personal bond, but also that illustrates the importance of Guru Seva, yeah, which is service to the spiritual master. Okay. And they learn in the association, which is like a similar kind of persons. These kind of memories are so wonderful. Okay. And after that, during that Guru Seva, right? Okay. Actually, without knowing itself, we will have that, we will be doing our spiritual journey. Yeah. So wonderful thing. Okay, remembering the past experience, the kind of the shared experiences, the shared loving exchanges between them, and then how did they serve their guru? So wonderful. Okay, to remember for both of them. So just one simple question is: so why do you think that Krishna and Sudama recall their school days in this particular situation? Hare Krishna.
It, yeah, it to strengthen their bonding and their memories strengthen their bonding. So
Yeah.
this is for the past interactions.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, correct, Mataji. But our attractions, our bondage, actually with our friends or with anybody, okay, in this world, when there is that spiritual connection, if we feel that the bondage improves. Yeah. So they learn that on top of the material education, they learn the spiritual education as well. So the relation with Sudhama between the Krishna is much more beyond the material. Yeah, it's spiritual connection. And they had that spiritual education, okay, in their school, and then devotional experiences they had. So because of that, they never forget those relation and the bonding. Yeah. And you also explained in the same level. So let's move to the next
They,
theme,
they
that is living.
also they also wanted to cherish Prabhuji, the important lessons that they had learned together. So
Mm,
it was an experience that was to be cherished. And
mm,
normally it happens when we meet somebody after a very long time. We discuss, oh, what we did, like we did like this, we like this. So that happiness is there.
mm, mm, mm.
Prabhuji, it is
Yeah.
also called sweet memories.
Mm, mm. Okay.
And it also
Yeah.
highlights the spirituality of the teachers, of the master, and the important role of community for the personal growth.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So wonderful participation we're having today. So let's move to the next theme, that is setting an example for the society. So Sudama recognized Krishna's role not just as a friend, okay, but actually as an ideal spiritual leader also. Yeah. So by engaging in educational pastimes, Krishna sets a model for humanity. Leaders must embody humanity and dharma and service. That is what Krishna is giving the example to the society, to all the leaders in this world. Yes or no? That is what this theme is talking about. So wonderful themes. Okay, this theme emphasizes that the true leadership is through personal connect, personal example, not just authority alone. But most of the teams these days, in our companies, corporate companies, people just show the authority. Okay, I'm just asking you to just do it. No, that doesn't help in long run. Yeah. So a society thrives when its spiritual leaders, teachers, and role models promote this kind of values. Yeah.
Also,
So,
Prabhuji, when you have a guest at home, you
hmm,
would probably give more importance to somebody who is more powerful and more rich. But in this
ah,
case, the example was true friendship is the essence. Like, no matter who
yeah.
your friends, he should be received with so much of
Mm,
honor and
mm,
respect. It's
mm.
not
Yes.
not by the material status.
From this Leela, so Krishna is teaching all of us. Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Thank you.
Prabhuji, in material world, we all are judgmental. Everything we judge, and then
Yeah.
accordingly that we act.
Yeah. In fact, my question is towards that direction. Actually, I got the answers without even question. Thank you very much. So this Leela is so wonderful. Okay. So let's move to the next slide. Great time here. Okay. Yeah. The next one is what? devotion and surrender, which is bhakti and sharanagati. So let us understand one or two lines about this. Okay, this theme represents the essence of bhakti yoga. Okay, wholehearted devotion, humility, and surrender to Krishna. Yeah, that is what we have seen. So Sudama is so mentally, okay, materially, is so weak. He approached Krishna with a simple faith. Okay, and he did simple faith. Yeah, his wife encouraged to show how even the poorest can attain the divine grace through pure heart surrender. That is what Krishna says. What is that we need? Pure hearted surrender. Krishna accepts even any small gift. Okay, the water said in Bhagavad Gita. I can even accept water. I can even accept a leaf. Anybody accepts leaves? Prabhuji's Mataji's. But Krishna said, I accept leaf. You don't have anything, just give me a leaf. Even you don't have a leaf, give me water, little water. I accept. But you have that devotion. Yeah. We are so fortunate actually to study this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, the Srila Prabhupada purpose. And serving this parampara. We are so fortunate. Many times we miss to understand our fortunate. Prabhuji's Mataji's. Yeah. So I'll just ask one fundamental question. So, why did Sudama's wife encourage him to go?
He was not worried about herself. She was
Hmm.
worried about Sudama, that how he can live in such a condition. So for his sake, she encouraged him to go and meet, because she knew that coming in contact with Dwarkadish, he would definitely be benefited in some way, in the best way rather.
Right. Perfect. Very straight answer, Mataji. Perfect answer. So she knew very clearly that he will get the Krishna's mercy. Krishna's mercy is always there with him, but in a different way. Okay. Because she understood the devotion of Sudama. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
प्रभु जी,
Let's
जब
move
जब
to the
हम
next.
स्टोरी सुनी है तो उसमें आता है कि उनके बच्चे भी थे, मगर ये भागवतम में नहीं मेंशन हुआ है, तो मतलब नहीं होंगे, है ना, बच्चे उनके?
Yes,
किसके बच्चे किसके बच्चे
माया के बच्चे भी थे।
रक्षा माता जी, किसके बच्चे की बात करें आप?
सुदामा के बच्चे भी थे ऐसा, मतलब हम लोग जब भी स्टोरी सुनते थे ना प्रभु जी छोटे थे, तो उनको मतलब बच्चे भी बहुत भूखे रहते थे, दिनों दिनों तक भूखे रहते, ऐसा मतलब हम स्टोरी में सुना था, मगर भागवतम में वो नहीं है, तो मतलब उनके बच्चे नहीं होंगे, है ना प्रभु जी, ऐसे बोलते हैं।
Thank you. So let's move to the next theme. It's already 78. The inevitability of Krishna's mercy is so wonderful thing. So Krishna's mercy is unavoidable. Okay, for his devotees. So Sudama never directly asked for help. Prabhuji's Mataji, if we see. But Krishna, out of compassion, blessed him so much. Yes or no? Yeah. So what does this teach us this about the Krishna's nature? What is this teaching us about the Krishna's nature?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So Krishna by nature, Charu Prabhuji mentions many times, right? By his nature, he is a compassionate. You know, and you can give any example, right? So that is that is one thing. And here, that is how he attract the people. That is how he protects us and takes towards devotional service. Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
by his nature is always compassion to a devotee.
Yes,
Whether devotee good is good, bad, his mercy is everybody, to everybody equally.
Yes.
Look at the words I've used here.
Yes.
Is for a purpose I used deliberately. The inevitability.
Exactly.
You don't doubt. He
Don't doubt.
will show the mercy. It may take some time, but he will definitely show mercy to you, you know, especially to his devotees. So that word I use is for a reason for that, you know.
Yeah, it was,
It's not,
when I was reading Prabhuji, I was also thinking of that, why you changed that meaning. But it's a obliged, right? Lord is naturally obliged, right? So he is a innatability. So it's a good
he's
word.
not.
It's a
No, I
catchword.
mean he's not obliged, but by like I said, it is by his nature.
yeah.
Yeah.
When through his devotees, he's very very merciful. In fact, he's merciful to even the demons.
Right.
I mean, his mercy is for demons. What can you?
Demons, yeah.
Anything more can you expect? So definitely devotees are definitely. So devotees must have
Absolutely.
become Avashya Krishna Rakshive. The Bengali name.
Yeah,
And
right.
Prabhupada used to quote many times. Avashya. Avashya means surely will come. So
Those are
that kind of tremendous trust we devotees must develop.
true.
मुझे यहाँ पे एक बहुत अच्छा
Hope
पॉइंट
and
है
trust. Hope and
Hope and
trust.
कि अगर अगर कोई भी व्यक्ति जो है वो अगर ये पास टाइम को पढ़ता है और कहता है कि चलो मैं भी भगवान की भक्ति करूंगा, मगर वो सुपरफिशियल होगी और उनको ये जो एंड रिजल्ट है कि बहुत मुझे धन मिलेगा, ये मिलेगा, वो मिलेगा, तो मगर वो भाव नहीं है, उसका ट्रस्ट नहीं है और सिर्फ ऐसा ही करता है, तो भगवान उसे कुछ देने वाले नहीं है ऐसे में।
Yeah.
क्योंकि वो उनके पीछे का भाव वो है कि मुझे वो रिजल्ट चाहिए, जो मुझे ये पास टाइम का जो रिजल्ट है वो मुझे चाहिए। तो वो भगवान
Yes.
देखते हैं, उनको तो मालूम पड़ ही जाता है कि ये ऐसा करके आया है, तो वो नहीं देने वाले, क्योंकि हमें धीरज रखनी पड़ेगी। अच्छा भक्ति भाव रखेंगे नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा, ऐसा मतलब।
Yeah. Thank you. Wonderful participation. Thank you very much. So let's move to the next slide. That is the theme 3 here, transcendental over material pleasures. This theme teaches that the material pleasures are very temporary and unfulfilling. Actually, the true joy lies in the Krishna's presence and service. But how do you know that? Unless you do serve the Krishna, unless you serve the devotees, you will not get that joy. But that can be feel only through experience. Yeah. So this highlights that the sensory enjoyment, okay, when disconnected from Krishna, actually the meaningless. Yeah. Real fulfillment comes only through spiritual engagement. So, but we have to feel that. Everyone has to feel that. Whatever you explain so much about gulab jam, you have to test. Then you will feel, oh, this is how the gulab jam is. Yeah. So that is what this particular theme is talking about. So how can we apply? Okay, I gave a couple of examples as well. How can the devotee apply this kind of transcendence or material pleasures, okay, in our day-to-day life?
Yeah, Prabhuji, material pleasure, all five Gyanendriya, Karmitra, you can go and talk about, it's a temporary, like fleeting. Charu Prabhuji used that word, it's a temporary fleeting. It comes and just goes, right? It doesn't have everlasting. But love for the Lord, for example, we chant, right? So we chant 16 round, take the same name every day, day after day, but still we love that. That is there's the relishment, right? Without that, who does that?
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. But I'll just add only one word. We have to prioritize our spiritual practices. See, the Charu Prabhuji is doing 18 hours, 20 hours in a day. So how it is possible actually? Is it possible? It's not possible. So he's getting that pleasure. He's so joyful for doing that. Because how he is so joyful? Because he prioritized preparing this material. Yeah. And then Krishna is giving the energy. And he is so joyful by serving this. Yeah. So he prioritized. But how much we are prioritizing? That we have to check ourselves. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
He gets spiritual fulfillment rather than material pursuits daily.
Spiritual fulfillment. Yes, Mataji. So we are running out of time, 7:14. Archana Mataji, I'm very sorry, I have not yet complete. I may take 5 more minutes and try to wrap up as well as possible. I'm extremely sorry for that.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. So theme 4, the role of humility and self-perception. Okay. See, everywhere humility is so essential for spiritual progress. That is what we are seeing. Yeah. Sudama he felt so unworthy to approach Krishna due to his poverty and his condition. But this humility revealed his sincerity. Yes or no? Actually, his wife reassured that the Krishna's mercy is not limited to only to the rich people or the qualified, but He's open for all sincere seekers. Yeah, this is what she has told him. Yeah, recognizing the limitations while seeking the divine guidance transforms the heart. Yeah, Hare Krishna. So we cannot actually glorify this theme. This Leela is so wonderful, so nectarious. So I'll just ask very simple question. Everybody can answer this. Okay. How did his wife conviction, okay, that the Krishnas will definitely help? Or what kind of words she has used?
His wife told him that you are so much devoted to Krishna, you have so much love and attached. She
So
encourages
for
by
sure, Krishna will help us. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, and also she reminded the Krishna's kindness, okay,
Yeah.
for everybody. Yeah, in
Tourist.
Dwarka. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. So as we are running out of time, let's move to the next slide very quickly. What is this next slide? This is theme 5, that is transcendence over the material, transcendence over material pleasure. Okay. So this is actually collective dimension. Here the collective things comes. So this theme highlights that the spiritual progress is not only individual, but also collective. We are sitting together and doing Bhagavad. If you're doing it individually, we will not have these kind of fruitful things. Yes, sir. So Sudama was so encouraged by his wife and supported by the local Brahmanas, also supported. Okay. Showing how the community and relationship strengthens one determination towards Sita Krishna. It's a very important point. Unless you are not in association, it is very, very difficult for us to grow, even in spirituality. This is what I learned after joining ISKCON. Okay. After having the association here. Previously, I used to think that alone I will do. No, it doesn't work. So collective devotion amplifies this individual transformation. Yeah. So very simple question, and then I will move on. How did Sudama receive the strength? Or what role the community plays in our bhakti? Yeah, anything you can answer quickly. Even 1 or 2 words, good enough. No detailed sentences also fine. 1 or 2 words, good enough. How
Yeah, based
Collective
upon
faith, collective faith and unwavering support from devotees.
Yes, collective faith, it will strengthen our faith. Yeah, collective. Yeah, association always strengthen our faith. Thank you, Matash. Yeah. So let's move to the next theme, that is recognition of divine in relations. Recognition of divine in relation. So relationship is actually grounded in love, and the devotion becomes channels to experience the divine. Yes or no? So Sudama's bond with Krishna demonstrates that authentic friendship can reveal God's presence. Very important point. Yeah. So let us see one question here and then move on. So according to your own words, how the Krishna relation with the Sudama is so unique? Or what principles actually this embodies their relationship, their friendship? Just 1 or 2 words, good enough. Let's move to the next slide. Yeah. So in your own words,
Krishna,
this go ahead,
Sudama and
Mataji.
Krishna love was very, their relationship became strengthened due to love and devotion. And they experienced their, and even Sudama experienced this divine love of Krishna.
Yeah. Thank
That
you, Mataji.
strengthened their love.
Yeah. Their friendship actually based upon that humility and love.
Selfless love.
Selfless love. Perfect. Selfless love. Correct, Mataji. Thank you. So let's move to the next slide. Not sure how many themes left out. Okay, the nature of detachment. Okay, the nature of detachment. It's very important. What is this? The nature of detachment and the love and the role of guru is very important. And then recalling shared experiences. That is what happened, right? And understanding the material existence. Okay, and recalling the shared experiences. These are overall 5 themes we have seen yesterday. Let's see 1 or 2 questions and close this recap session. Okay. So how do we know that? Okay, we are truly detached. Okay, my question is related to all these last section, which is related to these 4 5 themes. How do we know that we are really detached, Prabhuji's Mataji's? It's very simple question. I'll stop sharing also. So I would like to see you all. Okay, at
जैसे
least if you
जैसे
are.
हमारी कथा में रुचि बढ़ती है और
हाँ।
जैसे हमें कृष्ण कथा में आनंद बढ़ता है, तो हमें थोड़ा समझना चाहिए कि धीरे धीरे हम मटीरियली डिटैच हो रहे हैं।
Yes,
जैसे
ma'am.
जैसे गुरु सेवा
Sure.
मिलती है।
Acha, wait. Sharad Prabhuji is here. Let's inquire him how is Mataji doing. Sharad Prabhuji?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Hare Krishna,
How is
Prabhuji,
Mataji doing?
madam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And she's all fine. Yesterday she has been shifted to the cabin.
Okay.
But the solid food has not yet started. It may take 1 or 2 days more because they had to repair the intestine also. It got entangled in the mesh which was put earlier. Actually, this hernia operation is the 4th one in last about 14 years. So in an emergency, she was taken and they took care of her and she was operated. Everything is fine. My son has come. He's with her. I'll be going later on. That's why I am attending the class today.
Many may not know his son is doctor,
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you all the devotees for praying for her and
So
for
she's out of danger now, right?
Pardon, Prabhuji?
She's out of danger now.
Yes, definitely. There is no danger at all. The healing will take some time.
Okay, all right. So,
Thank you.
Prabhuji, Prasad Prabhuji, quickly
Yes.
wrap it up, please. Now, you
Yeah,
summarize.
it's almost over. Yeah, this
No,
is the
no more
last question I
question.
just had.
You summarize
Yes.
that now. No more questions.
Yeah.
Because
So,
we're
okay.
taking up too much time of Mataji, no?
Yes, perhaps. So even if there is a loss or gain, okay, the person who is in a truly detached, right, he doesn't disturb, okay, he doesn't come out. He is always so peace, okay. Yeah, that is what I would like to just summarize. Thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity. Okay, Hare Krishna. This is so wonderful, Leela. Thank you. Very well. Over to you, Archana Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Actually, no problem, Prabhu, because today's session is not a very long chapter. This is a very short one. So, thank you for the wonderful recap, Seva. So, we'll begin. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarini. So, we will begin. So today is the climax of what we started off yesterday as a meeting of two dear friends after a very, very long time. So today we will see the culmination of what happened to the two friends and how they again parted their ways. So the first theme today is going to be how the Lord blesses Sudama Vipra. So the story in short, before we begin the themes, Krishna ate a morsel of flat rice brought to him by his friend Sudama, and then Krishna bestowed upon Sudama the wealth which was greater than that of the king of heaven. So this is the reciprocation of the Lord, which we see. So this is the point, but let us just dive into the story first before we go into the points, thematic points. So as we saw yesterday, Sudama was also bewildered that the Lord himself is washing his feet. He knew, he was surrendered devotee. So he knew already that this is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is washing my feet and the supreme goddess, Mother Rukmini, is fanning me. And he was really very much bewildered and very happy also within his heart. And to see his friend, so happy to see him. And then after which Krishna and gave him nice presents, gifts, and then he massaged his feet and made him to lie down. So he was very comfortable after he was given so much of fanfare and so much of love and so much of this one was shown to him, Sudama was feeling like as if he was floating in a transcendental place. He already reached Golok Vrindavan. He felt like that. I've already finished. This is my liberation. This I've already gone back to Godhead. This was his feeling, because this was Sudama's the feelings were coming within his heart like that, flowing within his heart. And then Sudama was thinking in this way. In the meantime, Krishna was looking at Sudama, and as you know, Krishna knows everybody's heart, what is happening. So Krishna knew that Sudama had come here for a specific purpose. His wife had sent him to beg some charity from Krishna. So seeing this heart, this small little desire in his devotee's heart, Krishna was very moved, and what he did, he immediately jumped into action. So he said, okay, now I'm going to fulfill my friend's desire. So he asked him, my dear friend, have you brought something for me? And then Sudama was trying to hide his potli, because he had brought some flat rice, but it was so meager, so little. And he saw the Lord was full of opulence. How could he give this flat rice to him? So he was feeling like very, very awkward, very, very embarrassed. And he was holding that potli tight, and he was thinking that I will not give this to Krishna. In the meantime, Krishna also noticed that Sudama is hiding something, quickly came, grabbed it from his hand, and said, how have you not given me my gift? So please give it to me. And he grabbed it from him. And then, to everyone's surprise, Krishna opened it and saw that there was flat rice. And just like that, he put his palm inside and he just took one fistful and he ate it. This action of Krishna is guaranteeing the wealth of greater than Indra's wealth given to Sudama. All the wealth in this entire world, in this manifestation, was now at the feet of Sudama by just this action of Krishna. And Krishna was going to grab another fistful when Rukmini Devi stopped him, because Krishna is so generous. Once he goes on this path of generosity, once he goes on to satisfy his devotees, there is no end to it. He will give himself. He will sell himself. So we know this story when Advaita Acharya was offering Tulasi Dal to the Shaligram Shila. What did he was chanting this shloka only. Tulasi Dala Matrena Jalasya Chulukena Va Vikrinoti Swahatmanam Bhaktebhyo Bhaktavatsala. So Vikrinoti means he sells himself. He gives himself up to his devotee. For what? For the exchange of what? Just Tulasi Dala Matrena, just a small Tulasi Dala, small leaf of Tulasi, and Jalasya Chulukenava. Chuluka means just a palm full of Ganga water. And Krishna is selling himself for the devotion of the devotee. So in this way, that little flat rice which Sudama had given was enough. One fistful was enough to give him the opulence of the entire material world. And the next fistful would have given him the entire spiritual world. So this was where Rukmini Devi came in, and she stopped Krishna and said, enough, you can't give him the spiritual world. Both of us will become servants of Sudama. Then we will have to leave Dwarka and go and stay with Sudama and serve him. So Rukmini Devi stopped Krishna from taking the second mouthful, and quickly she distributed the flat rice amongst all the queens, and they all finished it up before Krishna could eat. So in this way, Krishna fulfilled the desire of Sudama, but yet Sudama had to know, because Sudama didn't know what was happening. He thought his friend was so kind to him that he accepted his flat rice, and he went to sleep. And the next day, Sudama left very happily from Krishna's, having taken darshan of Krishna, having been served in so many beautiful ways by the divine couple. He also was thinking that, what more do I want? I don't want anything else from Krishna. This is all I want. And then he left Dwarka, and he was walking all the way back to Avantipur, again mesmerized by Krishna's beauty and Krishna's thoughts, and he was completely surrendered to Krishna, thinking in his, in his mind, he was thinking, it's a good thing Krishna didn't give me anything. Otherwise, I would have lost myself. I would have become a lobhi. I would have become a very an attached householder. I would have, this is what would have happened to me. I am such a lowly person. And in this way, Sudama was thinking in this way. Very good. Krishna didn't give me anything. Krishna didn't satisfy what my desires, which I had in my heart. Of course, I didn't tell him, but Krishna knows everything. But Krishna didn't give me, and he was thinking like that Krishna didn't give him anything. And in this way, he was walking very happily. Not that it was coming from his heart, that he was not saying that, oh, I came all the way and I didn't get anything from Krishna. He didn't think like that. On the other hand, he was thinking, it's very good that Krishna didn't give me anything. I am not qualified, because if I had gotten it, I would have become lusty, greedy, and all those things. And Krishna saved me from all these things. And therefore, he was very happy. And as he was happily walking to his house, immediately he saw what is this? His house was no longer there. And in the place of his house, there were palatial buildings. So I was thinking, what happened? Within just a short while, I just went to Dwarka and came back, and this whole thing has changed. And he saw beautiful goddesses like female, and some men also dressed very opulently. They were all welcoming him like servants. They were trying to serve him. And suddenly he sees his wife come out, and his wife was looking so beautiful, so with all the opulent saris and ornaments and jewels. He was stunned. He was thinking, what happened? And then he understood what actually had transpired. And the wife also told him that this is what Krishna has given to us. Because you have gone to Dwaraka, all this has happened like a magic. Everything changed. And she brings Sudama inside the palace. Sudama is also very overwhelmed, and he is walking along with his wife. Then he sees his palace is full of beauty. The entire palace is like jeweled. The uh, the walls are like crystals, and all emeralds are inlaid. And then he has you see the beds are like foams of milk. When the milk, there is foam, so soft and white. And like this, there was so much opulence, like even it would defy the opulence of the heavenly planets. And Sudama was very, very overwhelmed and very, very happy that his dear friend had not forgotten him, and he had still bestowed upon him all these opulences. So he was also happy when Krishna didn't give him anything, he thought. And he was also happy when Krishna thought Krishna had given him something. But his detachment for all these opulences was still very deep rooted in his heart. And he said, Krishna, although you have given me everything, I will use it and I will enjoy as you wish. But I will definitely keep myself away from this anytime I can give this up. It's not that, I will get attached to it. I will keep my detachment still very strong in my heart. So when opulence comes, we sometimes feel that Krishna's actually sometimes gives opulence to test, and sometimes Krishna gives opulence when he knows his devotee is not going to be deterred by it, is not going to be attached to it. So, like we see even in the case of Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he was so opulent. He was so opulent. He used to sit on silken beds and enjoy eating pan, and he was so surrounded by so many servants and very, very opulent. But what has happened? So when Mukunda and Gadadhar Pandit, they came to see him, Gadadhar Pandit was feeling, what is this? This person is so lavishly enjoying this material opulences. What is this? And immediately, understanding his heart, Mukunda immediately sang one pastime of Krishna. The moment he described Krishna's beauty, Pundarik Vidyanidhi went into ecstasy. He tore open all his clothes, his silken pillows and everything, and he became like ecstatic and crazy form, and this was witnessed by Gadadhar Pandit, and he felt very, very morose because he had in his heart, he felt that this was a Vishayi. This man was enjoying Vishayi Sukh. And actually, it was not. It was only the outside. So, when devotees are blessed with opulence, sometimes Krishna blesses devotees with opulence, knowing very well that the devotee will not get attached to this opulence. Only then he will give the devotee opulence. And sometimes Krishna also tests by taking away all the opulence from a devotee. He takes away Harishye Dhanam Shanai. That means he takes away all the opulence from a devotee to test him whether he is attached or not. And then the devotee realizes that, yes, Krishna did this to make me detached. So in this way, we see this so many very wonderful lessons in this. So let's go ahead and see the beautiful points, themes. The first theme where Lord blesses Sudama. In this chapter, we see the divine grace and devotion. So, at the heart of his story lies the powerful theme of divine grace, that's Krishna's grace, intertwined with heartfelt devotion of Sudama. Despite being mired in poverty, Sudama is so much in poverty and feeling ashamed of his meager offering of flat rice, Sudama is showered with boundless wealth by Krishna. So there is poverty on one side and there's opulence on one side. And then this striking contrast emphasizes that true devotion holds far greater value than material gifts. So whether you bring as I said yesterday also, you offer Krishna Chappan Bhog, but there is nothing in your heart, just like Duryodhan. He wanted Krishna to come and take his Chappan Bhog in his palace. Dushasan's palace was even more opulent than Duryodhan's palace. So Duryodhan was trying to invite Krishna to Dushasan's palace to honor all kinds of facilities. But Krishna did not. He was happy with Vidura's shak bhaji, which Vidura was giving in his house. Simple food. So in this way, Krishna is not bothered. He is not bothered about what material gifts you offer him. He is only bothered with what is in your heart. And sometimes it's also said, Krishna doesn't see what you give him. Krishna sees what you are keeping behind. Sometimes we give Krishna, okay, Krishna, you take this much. But more than that, we are keeping to it ourselves. So that is what Krishna is saying. What are you keeping in your pocket? And then what are you giving me? So Krishna's acceptance of Sudama's humble offering illustrates a fundamental truth. Genuine devotion. He had genuine devotion. Regardless of one's earthly status, earn the deepest recognition from Krishna. So we may be poorest of poor, but what did Sudama give? He gave his everything to Krishna. He didn't hold back anything. So he gave him everything he had. And when we give Chappan Bhog also, we have maybe 156 Bhog in our house other than the Chappan Bhog. So we are enjoying more than what we are giving to Krishna. It serves as a testament to the idea that Krishna's grace is accessible to those who earnestly seek the Lord. So if we have this honesty, if we have this sincerity in our heart, then we seek the Lord, definitely Lord's grace is available. Then the second point is transformative power of faith. Sudama's remarkable transition from destitution to prosperity, suddenly from rags to riches, showcases what the extraordinary transformative power of faith. Then he had faith in both times. First, he had faith that Krishna would, even if Krishna didn't give, it was for his own good. Then after he had faith that Krishna gave him for his own good. So in this way, he had faith all the time. His unwavering trust in Krishna catalyzes a miraculous shift in his circumstances, reinforcing the belief that steadfast faith can unleash challenges in one's life. The narrative vividly captures how reliance on the divine will can lead to unexpected blessings. So once we have our mind fixed and we are relying on Krishna's mercy. So once we are fixed on Krishna's lotus feet, relying only on his mercy, so we will have unexpected blessings. Unexpected blessings, sure to come, illuminating the path to personal transformation. So that has to happen, because sometimes we disregard the blessings given by Krishna, don't we? Krishna gives us so many blessings all the time. Do we always acknowledge the blessings? Sometimes we disregard. Sometimes it just skips our mind. The ability to talk, the ability to speak, the ability to hear, the ability to see, so many blessings Krishna is giving us time to time. But are we going and telling Krishna, thanking him all the time? Are we showing our gratitude all the time? We are just taking it for granted. We most of the time take our body for granted, take our things for granted, take whatever opulence comes to us for granted. Everything we take it for granted. So this is what unexpected blessings come to us, but we should always be grateful. Gratitude is very important. The narrative of Lord Krishna and Sudama conveys several profound thematic elements, each deeply interwoven with significant philosophical insights. This we see each and every time. The third point is detachment from material wealth. Okay, now Sudama, he has received how much wealth? Immense riches he has. Everything like gem-studded and stone, pearls and gold and everything is. He exemplifies what? Admirable detachment from material possessions. So he doesn't have any attachment to all these opulences. He is just detached. His singular focus was glorifying Krishna. So only Krishna's glorification was his only focus, single focus, embodying crucial tenets found in many spiritual philosophies. So this is what is found in amongst great devotees. So Vaishnavas, normally when we talk about Vaishnavas, they're always focusing on glorifying Krishna and the importance of relinquishing attachment to worldly wealth. So like yesterday I mentioned about winding up. So today also this point is coming up, relinquishing attachment to worldly wealth. So worldly wealth, we have to keep on checking ourselves. Are we becoming a little bit more detached than yesterday to our worldly wealth? Everyone possesses some worldly wealth or other. Tomorrow, if it is taken away from us, what will happen to us? Are we detached? Are we a little bit more detached than yesterday? This is what is a check we have to do all the time. This detachment springs not from a lack of gratitude for his blessings, but from a profound understanding that true fulfillment arises from spiritual connection rather than accumulation of material goods. So we may accumulate material goods and we may not even be grateful for them. But if we do that, then we will not be like in the grace of the Lord. And we have to have this profound understanding that true fulfillment is what? Spiritual connection. Only spiritual, not material. So material gains, material goods, accumulate them, whatever, they are not going to help us in the long run. Recognition of Supreme in all hearts. Krishna's deep awareness of Sudama's intentions. So, like Raksha Mataji said today, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam, Nyatva Mam Shantim Richati, and Arjuna, Riddesha Arjuna Tishtati. Krishna says all these words in the Bhagavad Gita, saying that I am the well-wishers, I am in everyone's heart. Everything Krishna is saying, that he knows. First of all, he's in everyone's heart. Okay, and on top of that, he is a well-wisher. So if you are a well-wisher and if you know your friend's heart, what will you do? You will fulfill the desires of your friend. So the same thing Krishna is doing. He is Sudama's best friend. Sudama is his best friend. He is a surrendered soul. And deep in his heart, Sudama has this desire that his wife has sent him for some material gains. And Krishna is fulfilling his intentions. So even before they are articulated, that means even before Sudama is so embarrassed, he's not going to ask Krishna. He is a akinchana. He never even asks anybody. Why is he going to ask Krishna? He will never ask Krishna. So he has not articulated it. He has not asked Krishna, Krishna, please give me something. But even then, Krishna is aware. And this highlights the profound interconnectedness among souls. All souls are interconnected because of the Lord's. This insight emphasizes the unity of all beings and omniscience of the divine. So divine is like Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam. Prabhupada always quotes this. So we are all Nitya. Among all Nityas, he is the eternal Nitya. He is the supreme Nitya. Among all eternals, he is the supreme. And Chetanas Chetananam. So he is the Chetana. He is our consciousness, supreme consciousness of all the conscious living beings. So he is the divine. He is the omniscient divine being. And he is the one who is uniting all the Jivatmas, suggesting that God comprehends the innermost feelings and desires of his devotees, and his recognition fosters an intimate sense of unity and personal relationship between devotees and the divine. So when devotees come together, what is it that is uniting them? Sutre Manigana Iva. Sutre Manigana Iva, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, and the string that holds all the pearls. And which are the pearls? Pearls are the pearl-like devotees who come together, held by the divine. We see the fifth here, cycle of life and spiritual progression. Sudama's journey also serves as a powerful metaphor for the spiritual odyssey of every soul. Every soul. What is every soul's destination? The desire. Every soul desires to go back home, back to God. Every soul, at first of all, small way, desires happiness. And then the happiness culminates into the spiritual bliss. So that is what every soul desires. Spiritual bliss, wants to go back to Krishna, wants to go back to Godhead. And this is the one, this is the spiritual odyssey of every soul. So initially trapped in a state of struggle and material bondage, he transcends these hindrances through devotion and the grace of Krishna. So we are all bound like that. Materially we are bound by the network of Maya, and now we are struggling. Prakriti sthane karshati. So we are struggling in the material bondage. And then he transcends these hindrances. Then we come out of this. How? Daiviyesha gunamai mama maya duratya mame vaye prapadyante maya metam. So we have to just prapadyante. We just have to surrender. Then we come out of these hindrances through devotion and the grace of Krishna. His ultimate return to a place of spiritual fulfillment in the kingdom of God. Mame ye prapadente, maya metam tarantite. So Krishna says, I will deliver you, I will liberate you. Taranti means to liberate, I will liberate you out of this. Just prapadyante to me, just maya etam tarantite, mam evam prapadyante. You just surrender unto me. That's all. And that's all what Sudama was doing. He was just completely surrendered to Krishna, and Krishna was just happily taking him out of this mire. So this in the kingdom of his ultimate return to a place of spiritual fulfillment in the kingdom of God. So Sudama ji at the end, he goes back home, back to Godhead. After his whole lavishly enjoying his palatial buildings and with his wife, everything. Finally, he goes home back to Godhead. So this underscores the transient nature of material existence and lasting nurturing essence of spiritual life. So what's the conclusion of this? This passage is encapsulating the essential themes of divine grace, transformative potency of faith, detachment from wealth, material wealth, and recognition of the sacred within all beings, and the spiritual journey from bondage to liberation. So each theme is deepening our understanding of the sacred relationship between devotee and the divine, then the significance of devotion, humility, and the pursuit of spiritual truth over worldly attachments. So we go to the next. Here we have divine reciprocity. What is reciprocity? Reciprocation. Divine reciprocation from the Lord. Krishna's act of bestowing treasures upon Sudama despite receiving a seemingly trivial offering of flat rice, just a meager little handful of flat rice Krishna was receiving. And what he was giving powerfully illustrates what? The principle of divine reciprocity. Krishna values the love and devotion behind the offering rather than its material worth, that we already saw in many cases. Shabari, Lord Ram enjoyed the jute bear, that means the tasted fruit given by Shabari. So even he just takes, even when Vidura's wife gave him the chilka of the banana, he was taking the banana peel instead of the banana. She was throwing away the banana, giving him the peel, and he was eating it. So Ashnami Prayatatmanaha, Krishna says Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Krishna says that, and it is mentioned not only in the Bhagavad Gita, it's mentioned in the Bhagavatam, in Sudama's story. In Sudama's story also, the same shloka, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. This same shloka has come in Bhagavatam also. How wonderful it is, isn't it? Then this concept, what does it emphasize? Is that in the genuine devotion and in the intention and love driving an offering far outweighs material value. So the love which Krishna has for his devotees, it is far outweighing its material value. So it reveals that true devotion transcends worldly consideration. So if we have true devotion to the Lord, Krishna is not bothered about our body, about our misgivings, about our deranged mind, or whatever we have. We don't have much wealth, we are poverty stricken. He's not bothered. Affirming that God cherishes only heartfelt sentiments of his devotees. So do we have the heart? Do we have the heart to give to Krishna? That's what Krishna wants. He doesn't care about our material opulences because he's actually totally not at all in touch with matter. So what does it matter? Isn't it? So unconditional love. Krishna's profound affection for his devotees, particularly Brahmanas, shines through his interaction with Sudama, where he seeks to elevate Sudama's circumstances solely out of love and fellowship. So Krishna is very, very dear to his devotees, but more so towards Brahmanas, because he has a special attachment to Brahmanas. And of course, Brahmanas means Vaishnavas, Vaishnavas means Brahmanas. So Brahmanas and Vaishnavas are his heart and soul, actually. So this theme exemplifies the core essence of divine love, indicating that God's affection is freely available to all who approach him with sincerity, regardless of social or material status. It reaffirms that divine love is unconditional and transformative. So again and again, we see the same thing, that how the divine love is unconditional. Krishna doesn't care. It doesn't have any conditions. And his love is also very transformative, transforms us. The passage offers profound thematic elements that pivotal to understanding Lord Krishna and his interplay with Sudama. Key themes are their rationale, philosophical insights are presented for stronger impact. So we saw this in these two themes. Then the third point is humility and devotion. Sudama's feelings of unworthiness when presenting his meager offering epitomize the humility intrinsic to true devotees. So when we are devotees, right, when we offer Krishna something, we should not think, it may be the best we can offer, but then we should not think that Krishna needs it or Krishna wants it from us. Krishna doesn't want anything which we want to give him out of our pride in our whatever opulence we have. But Krishna is only seeing the bhava with which we offer. So he is called Bhavagrahi Janardhana. So his embarrassment in the front of the Supreme Lord showcases the essence of genuine devotion. So when we have genuine devotion, even if we offer Chappan Bhog, we should feel, what is this? This is even nothing in front of Krishna, because Krishna is enjoying this millions and millions of more times over. So what am I even offering? So this is the genuine devotion a person should have. Such humility a person should have. Even if he has the best, he may have the best offering to give him in terms of whatever, in terms of intelligence, in terms of beauty, in terms of whatever we want to give, of money or wealth, whatever. In spite of that, we should remember that Krishna is not going to bother how much or how best you are giving him. Just he is bothered about how much devotion, with how much devotion you are giving him, how much feelings you have for him. Just like a mother is having feelings for the child, that is the ultimate we can see in this material world, a mother and a child's interaction. When a mother is selflessly serving the child and giving her whole heart out to the child, in that way we have to give Krishna our heart out, and we have to be totally surrendered to him. This humility is an essential component of bhakti, and it underscores the importance of acknowledging one's limitations and imperfections as foundational for fostering a sincere relationship with the divine. Such humility facilitates a deeper connection and love for Krishna. So if we have that humility, then we'll feel the connection. Then we'll feel the love for Krishna. Otherwise, we will be on a very high platform, and then that platform is like a covering which will never be able to penetrate and go and touch Krishna's lotus feet. Then the nature of sacrifice. The Sudama's choice to offer flat rice, fully aware of its insignificance, represents a profound act of selfless sacrifice rooted in his deep love for Krishna. So although Krishna grabbed the flat rice from Sudama, feeling very humble, very didn't want to give it. But then that's all he had. So that was everything he had. So he gave it to him in full selfless sacrifice. And this highlights the intrinsic value of selfless giving in spiritual practice. It conveys that true sacrifice arises from love and devotion rather than sheer magnitude of offering, thereby enriching one's spiritual journey. So we should not be just lip sympathy, they say, right? So lip service. So just by talk only, not by deeds, not by work, or just by saying, Krishna, I will give you, Krishna, I will give you, but nothing is happening. So we should not do that kind of a, what to say, natak, that kind of a play. But we should try to be very sincere, and we should try to sacrifice whatever we can for our spiritual, to enrich our spiritual journey. So shall we take a break here, or you want me to continue?
I think we are running late. Are you running late now? Or how much more slides are there? How many more?
We have a lot of time, Prabhu. It's only 10:30 now. I mean, sorry.
So let's take a few minutes break. 3 minutes break.
We'll take a 3 minutes break. Thank you, Prabhu.
Want to ask something to Mataji? Please feel
माताजी
free.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी
Yes.
दंडवत प्रणाम। माताजी चैतन्य चरितामृत में चैतन्य महाप्रभु कहते हैं कि जिसके पास कृष्णा है, जिसके पास कृष्णा का नाम है, वो सबसे धनी है। तो इनके सामने अगर ये सब भी, जितना भी ऑपुलेंस है हमारे पास जो होता है, उसका कोई महत्व नहीं है।
Yeah, because they are out of bodily concept, na? That is why.
Yes.
Material concept ही नहीं होता है उनके पास। तो
Yes, माताजी।
spiritual concept है तो matter को कौन देखेगा? Who will look at the material?
Hare Krishna, Mother. So when Sudama was given such a pillance, do you see, you know, it's a mention that he was totally detached. Do you see any example that to cite, give that indicates that he was totally detached?
Okay, so it is mentioned in the Krishna book that even in the Bhagavatam, that Sudama was enjoying lavishly with his wife And it is not that he was detached, means he created one small hut and he was sitting in the hut and the palace was there. It is not like that. It's mentioned that he's enjoyed lavishly, but within his heart he was completely 100% detached. 100% detached. So the two
So
things was
does it
happening.
indicate, so it's a very contradictory, right? So one is enjoying, that
Yeah.
means you are relishing. Another, you are, you same time you say that you are not, you are detached. That is a little bit of, so is it that he was thinking that, okay, Krishna has given me, right? My friend
Yes.
has given, so
Yes,
it is
correct.
his, everything is his. I own nothing, right?
Correct.
So,
Correct. So that is his prasadam, like Krishna gives, na?
yeah,
So he's
prasad.
telling this grace. If I refuse it, Krishna will feel bad. He's my friend. He gave me a gift. Like somebody comes and gives you a gift. Okay. And
Yeah.
that's a very valuable gift. So if you say, I'm a very like a detached person, you please take back your gift. I don't want this gift. So what that person will feel, your friend itself, what your friend will feel, oh my God, I brought such a nice gift for my friend, and my friend is not even accepting it. So he's feeling bad, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Sudama didn't want Krishna to feel bad. So he was nicely, lavishly enjoying. Okay, Krishna, give me a gift. I will enjoy the gift. But in my heart, 100% detachment. And that who is telling? That Bhagavatam is telling. Because only Bhagavatam will let us know
Can
what
tell,
is
yes.
happening in Sudama's heart. We don't know. So Bhagavatam is telling us Sudama's heart was pure 100% detached. So we should know it was 100% detached.
And the place where, do we have any reference that, because I read long back, where he was living, the Sudama, that place, do we know that?
Avanti, right? Avantipur.
Avanti.
Yeah.
It's
So
Ujjain today.
do we have that,
It's Ujjain.
which is the
Ujjain.
place in right now, Gujarat, which is
Presently Porbandar.
Porbandar?
माता जी, हम दूसरी
Okay,
तरफ से ये भी समझ सकते हैं कि जो भी हमारे पास ओपुलेंस है हमें वी हैव टू यूज फॉर द कृष्णा, हमें वो सब भगवान की तरफ.
Krishna, but everything 100% we cannot use for Krishna. Sometimes we have to use for ourselves also, no?
Yes, Prabhu. हाँ, yes,
Like for
माता जी.
example, a big house. So you will use for Krishna only maybe one portion of the house, right? You will like a mandir. You will make a big mandir in the big house, big mandir. That is Krishna's place. But what about bedroom and all? That is all your place, no? So we are also enjoying. That is what I'm saying. Uh, things which given to us by Krishna, we enjoy, but 100% detachment is required. That means anytime the big house is taken away, we should not feel bad. That is what.
We have heard this story in Gopal Tapni Upanishad, how Durvasa Muni, he ate all the food offered by the gopis, by hundreds and thousands of gopis. Still, how Krishna, he described him to be detached. So it is something like this. Even though Sudama, he acquired, he was given anything and everything. Actually, there is part of the story also. At the end, he did not accept that. That's why Krishna had to himself come there, appear there, and assured him that this will not be able to touch you. That's how he accepted and kept on staying there.
Thank you, Prabhu.
And at the end, I'll tell you some more things which are little known, but given in Bhagavatam and the other Shastras, I'll tell you about 8, 9 parts.
Okay. So thank you, Prabhu. We were waiting for this yesterday. Rajiv Prabhu,
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Just a quick one. Thank you so much for a wonderful class.
thank you, Prabhu.
Is this just a question that how come this uh, challenges and humility in life act as a test of devotion to the Sudama's example?
How is it act of devotion? Humility?
Yeah, how can challenges and humility in
Okay.
life act as a test of devotion?
Actually,
With Sudama's example, Mataji, could you please
Rama's
elaborate?
example.
Thank you.
Actually, when you see bhakti path, we are doing bhakti path. So when we are doing bhakti, there are some kinds of what to say, assistants to bhakti. They are called Sangha Siddha Bhakti. So when you say Sangha Siddha Bhakti, we see these are assistants to bhakti. And these assistants are like this: humility, then cleanliness, brahmacharya, all austerities, becoming very poor and poverty stricken. All these are very helpful in devotion, Prabhu, because they don't allow you uh, to be uh, to be attacked by Maya, like Kam, Krodha, Lobh, Moha. All these things don't attack a person who is already so poor, and so within his heart he is detached. See, poor people also are very greedy sometimes. We have seen that. But in Sudama's case, he was a detached person. Although he was poverty stricken by choice. His choice was that, like that.
At the end, I'll tell you how he was not affected by poverty.
Okay.
I'll give the Shastric the evidence.
Thank you, Prabhu. Waiting for
Okay.
that.
Thank you.
And I think in the Sharad Prabhu's or Charu Prabhu, we did heard that Sudama, because he was always feeling that I am the highest poor class person or something like that. That ego was there. To break that ego, the Lord has given so much wealth to him. That is what we have seen somewhere. We heard from somewhere this class only, Mataji. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Because he was always thinking that I am the great poor, I am the great poor, I am the greatest. Something he was thinking to break that ego. So Krishna gave this so much wealth to him. That's what I heard. I think Sharad Prabhu's class or somewhere. I might be wrong.
No, he was given so much of trouble throughout his life.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the end, he was rewarded. Yes. But why he was given? You are very right. He had that tinge of that ego. And to break that, that was given. That is very correct.
Correct. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, that's what I heard from you or Charu Prabhu. Yeah.
So shall we continue, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, Mataji, go ahead.
Thank you. So in the fifth point, we see the stark contrast between Sudama's material poverty and the lavish wealth Krishna grants him. So what a difference. Emphasizes the distinction between transient material possessions and lasting spiritual fulfillment. So although this wealth was given to Sudama, it is, in this case, although given by Krishna himself, was it material or spiritual? What do you think, devotees?
It is spiritual.
Because it's given by Krishna, is it spiritual or material?
I think
Yeah.
every wealth is given by Krishna only, one way. Even what we are getting
Exactly.
is
So
also given by the Krishna. So
it's
if
a
we are
material.
enjoying that in the material world, it becomes a material. If we are enjoying in the spiritual, it becomes spiritual. That's what I take, Mataji. Thank you.
इट इज हम कैसे लेते हैं उसे, उस पे बहुत डिपेंड करता है.
Yes, correct. So although we are,
Everything is spiritual, but like we are only differentiating because this is a spiritual, even this is external energy of Krishna.
yes, correct, very good. So the distinction is there between transient material possessions. See, transient material possessions are given by the Lord himself, isn't it? Lord means Lord's external energy. Lord's external energy, Maya. So Maya is giving. And also Krishna is also giving, because Krishna is giving. If Krishna gives, it will be lasting spiritual fulfillment. No? So Sudama was already getting material possessions, but he was also getting lasting spiritual fulfillment, because it was his dear friend Krishna who was giving, and he was very sure this was given to him by his friend for some reason. And then he knew that he will not become attached to it. Like Sharad Prabhu is going to tell us how Krishna came and told him that he will not touch you. It will not touch you. So this theme encourages devotees to pursue spiritual riches over material acquisitions. So although we have material acquisitions, we can turn, like Srila Prabhupada used to say, a very expert engineer, he knows how to turn hot to cold and heater to cooler and cooler to heater. It is the same electricity. The same electricity, it turns a heater to cooler and a cooler to heater. So an expert devotee should know how to turn material acquisitions to spiritual riches. And Krishna's blessing symbolize the ultimate wealth derived from divine grace, far surpassing any earthly gains. Then divine awareness, Krishna's immediate comprehension of Sudama's emotions and struggles exemplifies his omniscience and profound connections with his devotees. Definitely, Surdam Sarva Bhutanam, Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart and he also comprehends everyone's emotions. So we should be very careful. Just like when we are chanting holy names are what? Holy names are Krishna himself, right? Holy names are Krishna himself. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Nitya Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinatva Nama Namino. So it is Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta. And that what is that? That is Nama Chintamani. Chintamani means what? Whatever you desire, you will get. So when we are chanting, we should be very, 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 very careful that we should not ask for anything material and material gains or whatever, because it is Chintamani. If whatever you ask, you will get. So Krishna is within the heart of every devotee, not only every devotee, every living being, every atom is there. And he is also knowing what is happening, what emotions are going on in our heart. So all the time. So he knows, and he also reciprocates in a appropriate way. So definitely while chanting, we should be very careful because it is Nama Chintamani. Krishna's Nam is Chintamani. So the moment you chinta of something, and you're sure to get it, whether this life or next life. If you ask for Bangla, Ghadi, Goda, you definitely get it. So this divine awareness offers comforting reassurance, affirming that no devotee is alone in their challenges. So we have challenges, all of us, but we are not alone. It highlights that Krishna is acutely aware of their material conditions and deeply invested in their spiritual welfare, providing vital security on their spiritual path. So then we have this power of devotion. So what is the power of devotion? We have seen it, and then we will see it again. The narrative powerfully communicates that even the smallest act of devotion imbued with pure love can yield extraordinary spiritual outcomes. So even the smallest, swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even if you do a small act of devotion, what is the most fearful situation? Bhayat, mahato bhayat. Most fearful situation is time of death. So at the time of death, it will save us. Even the tiniest act, smallest act of devotion will save us. So this reinforces the transformative potential of devotion, illustrating that even a simple expression of faith can bring about remarkable spiritual results. So we don't have to be so flamboyant in showing off of our bombastic words, jugglery. I have so much of knowledge. I can speak like volumes, and I can speak very, very great, big words. No need. You can just pick very simple expression. Krishna, I love you. Very, very nice, simply express Krishna about how much deeply you love Krishna. That is enough. And it brings about remarkable spiritual results. You will see that this insight inspires devotees to engage in sincere practices regardless of perceived limitations. So don't think that I'm limited. Krishna, I don't have this. Krishna, I don't have that. I'm not a poet. I'm not a dancer. I'm not a singer. Don't worry. Even the only expression of faithfully you serve Krishna, even whatever simple way you can do it, and you will see how much we will get reciprocation from the Lord. So collectively, what does it show us in conclusion? It's a rich tapestry of spiritual insights. What does they reveal to us? Divine human relationship, essence of true devotion, transformative power of love and humility in the quest of connection with the divine. Then we move on to another episode where the nature of divine grace, that's Krishna's favor, how Krishna bestowed his favor to his dear friend Sudama. The remarkable transformation in Sudama's life brought about by Krishna's grace illustrates the profound impact of divine intervention on the lives of devotees. We have seen time and again divine intervention. Divine intervention is always there because Krishna, although he is in Goloka eva nimesati, Akhila Atma Bhuto. Although Krishna is staying in Golok Vrindavan, do you think he's not aware of us? We are tiny Jivatmas and we are so many of us. We are innumerable of us. And Krishna knows everybody's emotions, devotion, what we have in our heart. So Krishna is always very willing to intervene divinely. So his divine intervention in the life of devotees is very, very much what expected. And this theme highlights that divine grace is not only transformative, but also often arrives in the most unexpected ways. Right? Here he didn't give him directly because he didn't want the trouble. Sudama carrying loads of gems back to his home. He delivered it on the spot. So Sudama's transition from poverty to wealth emphasizes that true spiritual wealth comprised of devotion and grace far exceeds material riches. Krishna's benevolent actions convey a fundamental truth. Genuine wealth resides in the spiritual realm, while material possessions are merely byproducts of sincere devotion. So we are sincere, our devotion is sincere, although we'll get material possessions, but then genuine wealth is always waiting for us when we go back home, back to Godhead. Sudama's hesitance, selflessness, and humility. Sudama's hesitance to accept wealth and self-description as a fallen soul exemplifies profound humility and selflessness. So at first, Sudama did not want to accept, but then all this was because of his humility. And he was thinking himself a fallen soul. So the narrative strongly emphasizes necessity of humility in the practice of devotion. So we see this humility all the time coming up because it is so important for devotion. It is so important. Humility is so important because Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadina Kirtaniya Sadahari. If you want to Sada Hari Kirtan do, if you want to do Sada Hari Kirtan, what you should do? You should be humble. You should show your humility. So therefore, humility is so very important. Sudama's perception of himself, even amidst newfound riches, reflects a mindset that prioritizes spiritual values over material gains. So this selfless approach is central to bhakti, where the devotee's primary focus is on loving and connecting with the divine rather than chasing material rewards. So already the gem is in your hand, but still you are thinking of the Lord. You are not thinking of how to make use of this or how to keep it safely, but you are thinking of how you can serve the Lord. So that is important. Instead of chasing material rewards, which is given by the Lord, the Lord definitely gives us, all of us, right? Material rewards are all abundantly available to all devotees. So, but instead of focusing on those material rewards, we should focus on primarily on connecting with the divine, connecting and loving Krishna. So the relationship between a devotee and Lord Krishna, the dynamic interaction between Sudama and Krishna. What dynamic interaction is there? And what does it show? It showcases the intimate bond that can flourish between a devotee and the divine. So divine is not just far away and we are here. Not like that. He is within us. He is within us so close. He's the closest friend and he's the closest to us. Closest to us. And therefore, there's an intimate bond between a devotee and a divine. The text reveals the many forms of love and connection that can exist within a devotional relationship. It underscores that devotion is multifaceted and can manifest in various expressions such as friendship, service, companionship, and these relationships exemplify the reciprocal nature of love, that both the devotee and the God experience enrichment through their connection. So not only the devotee feels enriched, God, Krishna also feels enriched. Krishna also is waiting for his devotees to come back to him, the spiritual world, isn't it? He's just waiting. Why, Sudama? Why, dear, my dear Jivatma? Why did you take so long for you to come? What kept you there in the snare of Maya? So this is what. So then detachment from material wealth. Sudama's contemplations on material possessions and his commitment to spiritual vows, despite newfound riches, convey a profound philosophical stance on detachment. So Sudama was thinking in his mind about all these material things which I got, what will happen to me. And this commitment to spiritual vows, he said, no, I will commit to detachment, although I have all these things. Despite newfound riches, he found it. Everything was given to him. But it conveys what? Conveys us that we should stance, we should have a profound stance, we should have a stance, we should have a stand on detachment. This passage encapsulates a core tenet of Vedic philosophy. Material belongings are transient and should not detract us from spiritual growth. Sudama's ability to relish only what is necessary and maintain his devotion even after gaining wealth illustrates the importance of leading a balanced life that prioritizes spiritual over material achievements. So we should also learn to live a balanced life like Sudama, so that we give importance to, but even after we gain wealth, what we should do? We should prioritize spiritual life. Spiritual life first priority. Then after that comes material life. It will follow. So balanced life we have to live even if we are flooded with material opulence. This is what we learn from Sudama. The final slide here shows the role of the Brahmana and spiritual leaders. Krishna's special favor towards Brahmanas and devoted souls underscores the critical role of spiritual leaders in guiding the community. So, who are the guides? Who are the guides for community? Brahmanas. Brahmanas are the guides. Right? The spiritual leaders, they are the spiritual leaders. So, Krishna therefore favors them. Because they are the teachers, they are the leaders, they are the ones who shows the path. So Krishna favors them. And this theme acknowledges that the Brahmanas as vital spiritual guides and the guardians of Vedic wisdom. And Krishna's reverence for them highlights the necessity of sustained spiritual authority and guidance within society, reinforcing the notion that those who possess spiritual acumen play a pivotal role in elevating others on spiritual journeys. So imagine if head is only not there, because Brahmanas are compared to the head. So if a person can live if there's no arms, Kshatriyas, the person can live if the stomach also is in a way not working properly. And a person can live if his legs also are cut off. But what about if his head is cut off? Can a person survive? Cannot survive. So even if Brahmanas, if Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras are in a way imbalanced, still the body can function. But if the head is imbalanced, then that's the end of the person. That's the end of the society. Therefore, the Brahmanas are so important. And if the Brahmanas are showing the path, how to elevate ourselves in spiritual journey, that is important. Krishna wants everyone back home, back to Godhead. He's waiting for every Jivatma to come and to embrace him. And in this way, the Brahmanas are helping the society to go back home, back to Godhead. And that's why Krishna is so important, so attached to the Brahmanas. Sudama's realization that Krishna cherishes his humble offering emphasizes the principal reciprocity of divine relationships. So in divine relationships, there is complete reciprocation. In fact, more so from side of Krishna. When you take one step, Krishna takes 9 steps or 10 steps, whatever. So Krishna takes many steps more than us. So all we have to do is show our sincerity to Krishna. Krishna, I'm sincere. That's all. I don't have much to give you. I have very humble things, very simple things, but I have my heart. And I'm giving you everything from my heart. That's all Krishna wants. And Krishna will reciprocate in the same way. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyam. So how much you give Krishna, that much Krishna will reciprocate. Like Krishna doesn't see what you give him, but he sees what you are kept back in your purse. So that much reciprocation Krishna will give. In case of Sudama, he gave his everything. So Krishna also wanted to give his everything. Of course, was stopped by Rukmini Devi, but that is Krishna's heart. This notion reveals that true devotion transcends the transactional exchanges. It is rooted in the sincerity of one's heart. Krishna's acceptance of Sudama's seemingly insignificant offering illustrates that divine love measured not by material value but by earnestness and devotion behind each gesture. So it's not the worth of that element or that substance which we offer. The worth is in its bhava. The worth is in its earnestness, in a devotion. That is the value. This highlights the profound understanding and appreciation Krishna holds for a devotee's offering, no matter how small. So we should not think, oh, I did such a small seva. I just did a little seva, small seva. But how you did that seva, that is important. Not the amount of seva, but how, with what. I just give you a small example. In Vrindavan, I was in my neighbor. I was staying in one apartment, and one neighbor was a Russian Mataji. She was a very old Mataji, maybe in her 70s or 80s. And every day morning, she would offer her Giriraj Shila, her Govardhan Shila, she will offer bhoga. And I just happened to, because our apartments were so close, we could see each other's kitchen. From my kitchen window, I can see her kitchen window. So I was watching how she offers to her Giriraj Shila. She just offered a little bit of some halwa or something like that. That's all. That's all was her offering. But how beautifully she arranged that. On the plate, she put beautiful flowers around that halwa and a tulsi leaf on top. And it decorated that plate so beautifully. So that touched me. I said, I may be offering a few more items than what she was offering. I may be able to make some idli, dosa, vada, chutney, whatever. But look at her. She is offering with so much devotion. So beautifully she has arranged it. So nicely, with so much of heart. So this is what matters. You may have done a small seva, but how we do it, that is important. So the theme extracted from this exploration unveils profound philosophical insights regarding devotion, nature of divine grace, intricate relationship between devotees and divine, and they champion humility, detachment from material wealth, reciprocal essence of love on spiritual path, encourages a deep, reflective examination of one's spiritual journey and connection with the divine. So we learned so many points today from Sudama's this beautiful episode. How we can devote to Krishna with so much of heart and sincerity that is required, as Sudama teaches us in his example. Thank you all very much for this wonderful association. And I hope I've done justice to the beautiful slides by Charu Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Beautiful, Mataji. That's great.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Love
Krishna.
it always when you talk.
Thank you, Prabhu. All glories to
So
Srila
wonderful class, Mataji. So many learning. So many learning. We have to learn. Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranam.
Very
So
good.
wonderful
Mataji.
session,
Very
Mataji.
wonderful
Very
session.
nice.
Very, very
Very
wonderful
nice.
session, Mataji.
Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.
Great session. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Mother. So, the one point, the last Brahmanas, the leader of the society. I remember many years back, Guru Maharaj Ji was in Toronto and asked the same question. The instance was Lord Ram. He gives all the land to Brahmanas. My question was, Brahmanas do not do tilling and cultivation, but others, the Vaishyas do. So why did he give? And again, in most of the scripture, we see the gift only charity given to the Brahmanas. We don't rarely see to another person. That was my question. So again, same thing. I think on the same line, he says they represent the head of the society. They set the tone of the society. Without the head, will become asynchronized. They will not be there. So that is the importance. Another also, like yesterday, I think Mataji she mentioned the Brahmanas. You prefer is to live in a poverty, right? Whatever gifts are given, they is to give. See, it is not that whatever you give, like in that Lord Ram's case, right? Those Brahmanas says, what's the use of that? Right? It's not to help used to me. So they gave back, right? So
Yeah.
see the reciprocation. We need to have that really good understanding. Otherwise, it doesn't, it misleads, right? So
Yeah.
very nice class, mother. Thank you. And such a nice chapter also,
Yeah.
lot of things to learn and a lot of things Charu Prabhuji brought through. I think synthesizes, like the way philosophical light is synthesized. Otherwise, normal story we read many times, right? We read and just go, but it gives a little bit of a thought in a different parameters. I think that's what is very, very nice. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, if you can give me 1 minute, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Radha Vinod Prabhuji, because sometimes he goes away, Radha Vinod Prabhuji, may I make one request to you, please?
Yes,
Radha
Prabhuji.
Vinod Prabhuji.
Yes.
You are in Toronto,
Yeah.
Lalita Priya Mataji's situation.
Yes.
Have you heard about it?
Okay, go ahead.
So I would appreciate if you can, see her, or if anything she needs, you might want to help her. She's in a very difficult situation. I don't
Prabhuji.
want to, because she doesn't want to publicly announce everything. So I'm not going to tell you much, but try to see her, okay?
Prabhuji,
I
2
wish
weeks
I
back.
could be in Toronto.
Yeah. So Diwali we are celebrating, and I wanted to invite her because I'm bringing some devotees
No,
like
she's in
in
a hospital.
October. Yeah.
She's
So
going
I'm
through
just
a
bringing everybody to my home. And
treatment.
Lalita Priya, she doesn't want to communicate anything, and she mentions categorically she wanted to keep private
So
of
that's
herself.
what I'm not saying. I'm not saying publicly.
I agree.
But,
I agree. So
yeah.
I left a message. Let me know if I could be helpful. Prabhuji, I had done already
Just if you
almost
can do
10
this
days
much,
back.
if you can do this much, she needs help. All her life she used to help others in this kind of similar situation.
I know. She's doing, I know her husband very well. He's from Bombay.
Okay.
So I have good relation with him also. I will reach once again. Maybe almost 10 days pass. I will reach out in a personal.
Please.
Do you need? I will do that, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji.
प्रभु जी आप नजदीक में रहते हो कि दूर दूर रहते हो प्रभु जी? राधा विनोद प्रभु जी, माता जी?
Say, it doesn't make a difference here. Maybe a 30-minute drive, in this country, there's no problem. So we are more connected with her, my wife, and so I'll reach out Prabhuji once again.
Okay.
She was not ready
Just
to
let
disclose
her know
anything.
if she needs anything. You are there,
I will do that.
Us. You are representing all of us now,
I will do that. Yeah.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Prabhuji, I am also in touch with her. She responds my message.
Okay,
every
good.
time.
Yeah. Please let her know that we are all there for her, okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay, I think if there are no any questions, are there any more questions, something? Because we should give Sharath Prabhuji more time. He has a lot of things to talk to us, a lot of new information that we may not know. At least I may not know. Sharath Prabhuji, it's all yours now.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Now here in these 2 chapters, 80 and 81, you must have noticed the name of Sudama is not given implicitly anywhere, but it is implied. It is not given directly. Then the second point is there is one quality of Sudama which is better than Lord Krishna's. What is that? The Lord is Santakaram. He is Santa. But Sudama was Prasantatma. What is Prasantatma? Peaceful. Prasanta means peaceful. Atma means whose mind, unlike the Lord who in the incarnation of Nrsingadev scared everybody, including Lord Brahma, Shiva, Lakshmi, and the demigods. But Sudama had a better quality than him. It is given in the 6th verse. Krishna Syasin Sakha Kaschid Brahmano Brahmavittama Virakto Indriyarthasu Prasantatma Jitendriya. The next point, now some people in the society, they think that Sudama had eaten the share of Krishna in the forest and that's why Krishna had cursed him to be poor. But this conception is totally wrong. None of us, none of the human beings or any creation of the Lord eats anything which belongs to them. What we are using, whether it is water, air, food, or anything and everything that belongs to Krishna only. Nothing belongs to us. And we are always eating the share of the Lord. And you see, those people who do not believe in the God, those who people who abuse the Lord, disrespect the Lord, but still they are getting food, they are getting water, they are getting air, they are getting everything. That merciful Krishna is. Then the next point is Sudama was a poor Brahmana. This is the impression everybody has got in the society. He was a destitute. But this is totally wrong and it is an insult to Sudama. What was Sudama? He was Akinchana. He was a Santoshi Brahmana. He was totally satisfied in himself. Like we'll be studying in 11th canto, there Uddhava is asking one question to Krishna, Ko Daridra? And Krishna answers, Daridra yo asantushta. One who is poor, the one is poor who is not satisfied. It is not that somebody doesn't have wealth, that's why he is poor. It is not that. The Shastras say that one who is not satisfied with whatever he has, he is poor. That's why you will find most of the people who have got immense wealth, they are, as per our Shastra, they are poor. And let us see also what is given in Srimad Bhagavatam about the Brahmanas. Now, what Pruthu Maharaj is telling in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, what is he saying? He is saying, Someva Brahmana Bhunkte Swangvaste Swang Dadati Sa Tassaiva Anugrahantam Bhunjante Kshatriyadya. The meaning is the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, the Sudras eat their food by virtue of the mercy of the Brahmanas. It is the Brahmanas who enjoy their own property, clothes, everything themselves with their own property, and they give charity with their own property. And their greatest property is tapasya. And Srila Prabhupada also, he gives in his purport, he says that everything belongs to the Brahmanas, but the Kshatriyas government and the mercantile people, they keep everything in their custody, like the bankers and the others. But the Brahmanas, they also need money. The Kshatriyas, Vaishyas should supply it. It is like a savings bank account with money which the depositor can withdraw out at his will. This is the explanation Srila Prabhupada is giving. Then he says the Brahmanas, they are always engaged in the service of the Lord and they have little time to handle the finances of the world. Therefore, the riches are kept by the Kshatriyas or the kings who are to produce money, who are to give money to the Brahmanas on demand. Actually, the Brahmanas or Vaishnavas, they do not live at others' cost. They live by spending their own money, although it appears that they are collecting it from others. Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, they do not have any right for to give charity for whatever they possess belongs to the Brahmanas. Therefore, charity should be given by the Kshatriyas and the Vaishnavas to the Brahmanas only or under the instructions of the Brahmanas. But unfortunately, in the present time, there is a scarcity of Brahmanas, and since the so-called Kshatriyas and Vaishyas also do not carry out the orders of the Brahmanas, the world is in a chaotic condition. This is the explanation of Srila Prabhupada. And then the next misconception which is there in the complete society, Sudama had taken chipped rice for Krishna. This is wrong. What Mataji has said, what is given in the slides, that is very correct. It is flattened rice. And what is that known as? That is known as chuda. And we always equate chuda and poha, but chuda and poha, they are little different. Though both are produced from rice, but this chuda, that is very, very auspicious item. To even look at that item in the morning, your whole day will go very peaceful and auspicious. And in the traditional process, that is produced using the ukkal or dhenki, if you are understanding these words. And in Gaudiya Vaishnava system also, if you remember in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a mention of Panihati Chida Dahi Mahotsav, which is celebrated to commemorate the significant event in the history of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami receiving Nityananda Prabhu's blessings to attend the shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then next misconception is Sudama was begging for his life. This is totally wrong, because in the 80th chapter, 7th verse, it is given Yadrachaya Prapannena Bhartamana Gruhasrami Tasya Bharya Pulaischarcha Chukukma Cha Tathavidha. Yadrachaya means which comes on its own accord, and Upannena means by what was obtained. Now, living as a householder, Sudama maintained himself with whatever came of its own. And this is, in our tradition, in the Vedic language, this is known as Akash Vritti. Now, the wife of that poorly dressed Brahmana, he suffered along with him and he was emaciated from hunger. Now, did Sudama had to take permission before entering Krishna's palace? No. At that time, in the Vedic time, the practice was even in the king's household, that means the private area where the queens lived, any sadhu can enter without asking anybody. And what to talk about Krishna? But here what happened, Sudama realized that Krishna is Dwarkadhish, he is the king. That's why he himself had told the gatekeeper, go and inform Krishna that your childhood friend Sudama has come. And hearing this, Krishna came running and Sudama also went running to meet each other. So that is what is the story. Then a very interesting thing, why did Rukmini not allow Krishna to take the second handful of chuda which he wanted to eat? Now, the one explanation is if he eats, then everything will be finished. And what will be given after giving the three worlds? If he takes three handful of rice, then he will give him one world, and for the fourth one, nothing will be there. But all these explanations are totally wrong. And even some say philosophically that the Lord is Sarvatma and he is the Visvatma. and he takes, then everyone has got it. This explanation is also wrong. Actually, what was the reason why Rukmini prevented him from taking it? Because Rukmini wanted that she and the other queens, that is, besides her, 16,107 queens, and the the Dwarkavasis, that is the Yadavas, 56 crores, they should also have the prasad which has come from a Brahmana's house. Now, how can it be? Only three handfuls were left. So, what she wanted, that could be mixed to the other chuda, and that can be given as prasad to everybody. So this is what is the thing. Then why Krishna did not give Sudama anything? Krishna knew why Sudama had come, how Sudama had come, but Sudama didn't ask for anything. Now, still then Krishna should have given him something. At least if he didn't want to give anything, he should have given him the proper cloth also, because he was wearing a torn cloth. Now, the reason is to respect his akinchanata. Now, this is clearly the reason is given in 81 chapter 20th verse. 20th verse, it says that adhanoyang dhanam prapya. That verse, it basically says, if this Sudama was thinking, if this poor wretched Brahmana suddenly becomes rich, then he will forget me in intoxicating happiness. So this, therefore, this compassionate Lord did not give me even everything, and I am totally satisfied with this. This is the reason. Then everybody remembers we heard one common verse which is given in the Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter 26th verse, and here in the 81 chapter 4th verse, Patrang Puspang Phalang Toyang. Now please remember this very, very important verse, and this Bhaktya word that is used twice. I hope you understand the meaning. This is very, very important. Now then the next point is why Krishna ultimately showed his favor to Sudama. What were the favors shown to Sudama? At the end, he gave immense wealth, more than the Lord Indra. But besides that, he took him, he made him sit in the same court where Krishna spends with Rukmini, and he washed his foot and took that water. Like this, he gave so much respect to him. Just 1 second, I am getting a call. Let me just see. Okay. I was talking about Krishna. Now, why he showed him favor? As you know, it is given in the Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, 46th verse. It says, Taneva Rupena Chaturbhujena Sahasrabaho Bhava Vishwamurti. He is the Chaturbhuja Bhagavan. That is, he is in the Aishwarya mode. That means in Dwarka, Krishna doesn't offer even 2 flowers to anybody, because he is in Aishwarya and everybody worships him. But he was worshipping this Akinchan Sudama Brahmana. Now, what is the reason? There can be many explanations, but the actual explanation is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam itself, in the 80th chapter, 34th verse. It says, Naham Ijya Prajatibhyam Apo Sopa Samay Naba Usyante Sarvabhutatma Guru Sustru Seya Tatha. What is the main reason he is giving? It says, I the super soul of all beings. Krishna is saying, I am not satisfied by ritual worship. Anybody ritually worships the Supreme Lord, he does not get satisfied. By Brahminical initiation, if somebody is a Brahmana and he does his duties, he is the devotee of the Lord, still then he is not satisfied. By the penances, by various processes of penances, he doesn't get satisfied. Or by self-discipline, as I am by faithful service rendered to one spiritual master. That means Guru Seva. Now Krishna and Sudama, they were together in the Gurukula ashrama, and Krishna has seen the Guru Seva of Sudama, and he was most satisfied because of this. That's why, out of all the reasons why Krishna was so much satisfied, he washed the feet of Sudama and he took that water. This is the reason because Sudama was very much he had very much faithfully served his spiritual master, that is Sandipani Muni. Then the next point we are discussing about whether Sudama had children. Yes, he had children. Then about the Vaishnavas and Brahmanas. Please remember, Vaishnavas are Brahmanas also, but Brahmanas may not be Vaishnavas. And in Shastras, in very many the scriptures, the importance of the Brahmanas, the glorification of the Brahmanas we see. But you see, present day the Brahmanas, especially who are born in the family of Brahmanas, they are not following the Brahminical tradition. Who are the Brahmanas? Those who have the qualities of Brahmanas. But how do we distinguish? As far as we are concerned, if somebody is looking like a Brahmana, he is born in a Brahmana family, or whatever it may be, then we should take him as a Brahmana and give him respect. That is our duty. Then we are talking about compassion. Now we have to remember that if somebody thinks with what thing the Supreme Lord is built, actually he is not like all of us, we are composed of the five gross elements. Krishna does not have that. But just to describe, if we want to describe, then he is composed of nothing but compassion. He is full of compassion, and he is always trying to find an excuse how to help us, how to help anybody and everybody. Like earlier I told you, those who are non-devotees, who do not care for him, they also get all the things they want. They get good food, they got good houses, they also have plenty of wealth, like all this they have, which Krishna could have stopped. But he is not doing because he is most compassionate. That's why we should be very much thankful to the Supreme Lord. With all our shortcomings, He is still giving us a chance to recite His name, study Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and participate in so many discussions. So He is most helpful, He is most compassionate to each one of us without any exception. That's all, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Such a wonderful, wonderful information you gave. Almost 90% of it I didn't know about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarat Prabhuji. Thank you for so wonderful information.
Some of the things that we discussed in the
Thank you,
class when he
Shanti.
was not there, now he shed some light on that. Remember? Radha Vinod Prabhuji was asking that about, because he was a Brahmana, and that time, remember I told that Vaishnavas are higher than Brahmanas. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj had given a lecture on that,
Actually, there is a book also written by the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. This is about
Yeah.
300-400 years.
Didn't he say that the Vaishnavas are higher than Brahmana even?
Actually, during his time, there was the dispute.
Yes.
And Bhakti Vinod Thakur actually was to go, but he was he was not well at that time physically. That's why he had sent his son, that is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and this discussion went on for 3 days. On the first day, he spoke only about the Brahmanas, and the whole gathering, they were very, very happy that he is supporting their cause. But at the end, when they heard, then everybody left because they got totally defeated. So, if you get some time, please go through that book. That is very, very nice to know this concept of Vaishnavas and Brahmanas.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Any other questions, comments you have before we close? Sanjeev Prabhuji, are you there? I see your picture there. Okay, so Samata Mataji or Rakshana Mataji, we can conclude the class with the show prayer.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for so wonderful class. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai ho.
Yeah.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Ladadaine. Prahlad Ladadaine. हिरण्यकाशीपूर्वक्षः हिरण्यकाशीपूर्वक्षः शीलटङ्कानखालाये शीलटङ्कानखालाये हितो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह हितो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह बहिर्नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह बहिर्नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहवदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलवरे नाथा अद्भुत श्रृंगार दलित हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गं केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय हो नरसिंहदेव 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 जय हो नरसिंहदेव जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हा भगवान की जय हो श्री भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय हो अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय हो सर्व डिवोटी की जय हो हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो श्री प्रभुपाद की जय थैंक यू प्रभु जी धनुष प्रणाम टू ऑल डिवोटीज
Yeah, thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Chandra.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, sir. Prabhuji. Thank you, Chandra bhai. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mataji, very wonderful session.
So Sharad Prabhuji, keep us informed, okay? Mataji's condition.
Yes, Prabhuji.
All right. Hari bol, everyone.
Hari bol.
See you
थैंक यू
next
प्रभु
week.
जी हरे कृष्णा शरद प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी को भी
Thank
दंडवत
you.
प्रणाम बोलना हमारा
Thank
हरे
you,
कृष्ण
Mataji. Thank you.